right. My grandfather, Fred Barwick, built this hut on land he took up in Anvil Valley. I think he found the land to take up while helping Charlie Ray, who was marrying his sister Harriet, build a home and furniture for them to move into after their marriage in June 1903. I do know that he lived in it while building the home that he and Lillian May Simpson moved into when married in August 1905. While they lived in this home, my mother Kathleen May was born December 1906, and Val and Nolene's mother Lillian Burl was born in 1908 at Muswellbrook Hospital, where grandmother passed away in childbirth in June 1909. A third little girl, Daisy Felmer, died in August 1909. Grandfather's unmarried sister Agnes, who left service with sucklings at Woodton near Wallabatar, moved to Anvil Valley to look after grandfather and the girls. In 1916, grandfather sold the land to Charlie Ray, and he and great aunt Agnes moved the family to the Hawthorne Sparks's Creek to look after their ageing parents now living there on their own. Auntie Agnes took a whitewood tree from Anvil Valley and planted it at the Hawthorne. That tree is still growing there and all was known as the Anvil tree. Noel Ray was the last member of the family to own the Anvil block while the hut was on it.
My good friends Nick and Kath Kamali lived at the property after Noel moved away, and I was over there having a barbecue one afternoon with them, and there was just talk of the mine at that time, and I said, if ever and whenever that mine comes, can I have that hut? And they were ecstatic and said, yeah, definitely. So as their negotiations went with the mine, they actually put it into their contract to sell to the mine because they were in the acquisition zone, and it had to be moved here at their expense. So what we did, we ended up, there's pictures and all that in the photo album, we pulled the veranda off the front. The three posts in the front were rotted off anyway, so they just broke. But pulled the veranda off, which was skillfully mortised and tenoned into that thing, perfectly into a square hole, and a nail driven into the side. And there was a couple of bolts, 3 or 4 bolts along the top plate. Then we dug underneath to get 2 beams underneath it, and then put a 25-ton slew crane over it with a spreader bar, picked it up onto a low loader. We put strapping, screwed wire, timber all around it, put straps around it, stuff like that to try and keep it together, and got onto the truck fine. And then halfway here, I happened to be in my car behind the truck, and I've heard this big crack echo up through the mountain. And got out, and there's a joint in the bottom plate that had broken, and all the slabs fell inside, luckily, because we had timbers around it, that back wall. Brought it back, we strapped it more, brought it here gently, picked it up, sat it down on that slab there, and I just stood all the slabs back up, and it stands still strong.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we tried to lift it. It was like, it's not coming up, it's not coming up. And if you have a look at the 4 corner posts, they're actually been adzed down square to a round. The round was in the ground, and he'd adzed it square. And I've put a tape measure on this thing, and it's exactly 10 foot wide, 16 foot long. The windows are 3 foot by 2 foot, exactly.
Wow.
And Like the skill of that man inspires me to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Feel so happy, proud to own it. Keep it alive
Yeah.
for another 100 years. I hope.